Good morning, peoples. December the 21st. If you are too busy to spend time with worries, they'll be too discouraged to hang around. Worries apparently have personalities now. They get discouraged. So there you go. Worry is a companion like any other. It won't stay around for long if you don't spend time with it. When you are so busy with positive, constructive actions that you don't have time to worry, you have already begun to climb the ladder of success. This is not to suggest that you should blithely ignore problems. What it does mean is that you should not so internalize problems that you are paralyzed and unable to take constructive action. When you find that your worries are keeping you awake at night, which we talked about the other night, remember the notepad or the little digital voice recorder or cassette recorder, mini cassette recorder. Remember the Cracker Barrel wisdom. Wow, breaking out the Cracker Barrel wisdom. I like this. Good place to eat, Cracker Barrel, right? Like an old country store type place. I like Cracker Barrel. My buddy Rod Blakeney and I used to eat Cracker Barrel all the time. That was probably his favorite place to eat in Jacksonville. My tastes were more wide-ranging, which is why I almost weighed 300 pounds. Anyway, Cracker Barrel wisdom, let's find out what it is. The best way to kill your worries is to work them to death. Okay, well, I don't know how that's Cracker Barrel wisdom, but there you go. I will say, as it relates to time, that when you're busy working, solving problems, investing, flipping, making money, or when I was working as a broker, helping the agents, the days, weeks, months, years flew by. The 4 years from when I started the company in 2016, One Realty Corp, up until I came here in March of 2020, I have to say were the fastest 4 years of my life. They went by very quickly because when you're working 12, 14-hour days, 7 days a week, a lot of times I didn't know what day it was. I had to look it up on my phone or look it up on my computer, my laptop, check the date. I didn't know if it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I worked all 7 days. I didn't have a weekend. The time, constantly looking at my phone, once again, technology, to see what time it was, because I worked from morning till late at night. A lot of times I was in the office till 10:30 at night. So that went by quick. Now what's funny is I'm here and I'm semi-retired, of course, because of the COVID mess, and they're trying really hard. And I say they. COVID is a virus that we can all agree on. It makes people sick. Some people, less than 1%, die. That's facts. We all agree on that. What a lot of people refuse to accept is that the virus is being used to control people. There's a plan in place. It's out there if you look for it. And there's people who want to take away our freedom. And if you think about it, everybody has the same goal, every single person on this planet, which is to be free. We just want to be free. We have plans to go to the beach, to see her family for Christmas. I want to go to the beach. I want to be free to get on that airplane that I already paid for the tickets, fly down to Pattaya, rent my car, which is all set up already, little Toyota Camry, drive to the hotel that we made reservations in, stay in the hotel, see her family, enjoy a couple of days at the beach, stay in Chiang Mai a couple of days before and a couple of days after. I want to be free. That's all I want. I'll be happy just driving down to the beach or flying down to the beach and driving over and seeing her family. But COVID is rearing its ugly head again here in Thailand. They're making it happen. They're promoting it. They're putting it, and they're talking about lockdowns again. Honestly, we all barely survived the first lockdown, and fiscally and financially. Anybody who makes their living from a small business, i.e. the middle class, right? there's three groups of people. There's people who've got gobs of money. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, those guys, Elon Musk, billionaires, right? They don't ever worry about money because their money makes them more money every year in interest and whatnot than they could ever spend. Then there's a class of people who have just given up and taken the easy route out because it's easy. They're lazy, like I'm lazy, but instead of working their way out of their laziness because they want more, entrepreneurs, they just take whatever handed to them, right? The welfare class, I call them, right? They're just taking a handout. The government's going to give me, $1,200 a month or whatever the fuck they're planning to do. The government dole. Okay, I'll sign up for that. That's better than working. Yes, that's not me, and hopefully that's not you watching this, but a lot of people are okay being on welfare. They have no pride. They have no ambition. They're lazy. They don't want to work. So that's that. Then there's been a pretty large class like us of people who are willing to work, want to be productive, and kind of old school. That has faded. More of the young people are just like, what's in it for me? Give me. They have that sense of entitlement. So a lot of the Gen Zs and the millennials are on board with that government program. Government, take care of me. Government, give me free healthcare. Give me free education. Give me. Whereas the generations before them, Generation X and baby boomers, are like, well, nobody's going to give me anything. That's how we were raised. That's how we were taught. That's how we found the world to be. So if nobody's going to give you anything, you might as well go out and take by working what you want, right? Nobody's going to give you a good life. You've got to make a good life, right? Or that's how it was. So these controlling class of super millionaires, they have a plan. They have an agenda. It's all out there, and they want to kill that middle class. They want to kill the entrepreneurs and take away our freedom. And they want everybody down in that dependent class. So they've already gotten, over the last 30 years, a large number of the population into that, gimme class. But they want everybody down there. It's going to be the rich and the poor, and that's it. They're going to eliminate the middle class. Well, the only problem with that is we're the middle class. We don't want to be eliminated. We work our asses off, and we want to enjoy the rewards of that, and they're not making that possible. So we'll see. We're waiting to see today, tomorrow, whether the country's locked down or not, because if it is locked down, we can't go. Obviously, we don't want to get stuck in Pattaya, the den of iniquity. Think of Pattaya like Las Vegas in America, Sin City. That's what Pattaya is. It's hookers and bars, and yeah, there's other stuff going on there too, just like there's other stuff in Las Vegas, but it's known for being Sin City, and that's the last place on earth I want to get stuck. So we'll see. We'll see if they really are going to lock this place down. The government recently has been fighting that and staying open despite the stupid hooker, the whore, prostitute who was working in Malaysia, banging guys for money. That's another story for another day. But anyway, this woman infected, or came in contact with, I should say, 400 people, and the country was freaking the fuck out because the Thais are very fearful people. A lot of when the acquaintance passed away, a lot of the women wouldn't look at the dead body. It was me and the EMTs upstairs where he died in his bed, because the Thai women are all like, no, I don't look at the dead body. I don't look at the dead body. I see lots of dead bodies. I've made a lot of dead bodies. It is what it is. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if the evil fuckers that are trying to control us all and get us on the dole are gonna ruin my Christmas trip. And it's not that I'm bitching about the Christmas trip being ruined. It's what it represents: freedom. Right now we have a middle class has a tremendous amount of freedom to do whatever we want and go, as long as it's legal, and go around and make plans and do things and build things. And if they do another lockdown, I got to seriously think about my plans to open the store in Chiang Mai, because I don't know how that's gonna, if everybody's on the government dole. And the stimulus check in America was $1,200. Here it was 5,000 baht. 5,000 baht's like a little over $150. So people aren't going to have, if they're getting 5,000 baht as a stimulus check, they're not going to have money for a 3,000 baht guitar. if they manage to do the lockdown again, if they manage to make COVID a thing again, then I got to rethink everything. I got to I got to figure out how I can live in this new world, because it's not working right now with this restaurant. If that happens, I got to seriously think about walking away from everything I've invested here, which is crazy. I don't want to do it, but if they succeed in a second lockdown globally, there's never going to be anybody traveling to this little tiny town again. I just have to face reality. So, kind of sucks. That's what I'm saying. These people are fucking around doing their little stupid power play, and it's fucking up a lot of lives, and mine included. I'm right in there with everybody else. So, well, I'll definitely have to do some reevaluating along the way and figure out what to do here. Even my next step, I was looking at some condos down in Chiang Mai to buy a condo in Phuket, which is a party town, or Chiang Mai, which is a tourist town. But if they're not going to let people be free, if they're going to control everybody like that, then, the country's actually been open for a while now, Thailand, but nobody's coming because of the rules and regulations and restrictions. They're kind of trying out how they want things to look in the future. You're going to have to take a COVID vaccine, because by taking the COVID vaccine, they control you. They're making you take a vaccine you don't want to take. Once you've taken the vaccine, they're going to stamp your passport, and that's it, and that's going to become the norm, and it's going to be called like a health passport, and you can't travel without the health passport. And you're like, oh, that's crazy, that's insane, you're a conspiracy theory nut. Right now, if you go to the Thai embassy website, they're requiring a COVID test and a health certificate, and you're like, well, yeah, of course, I had COVID. Well, yeah, of course, health passport. It's coming, guys. I can see it like a train coming down the fucking railroad tracks. It's coming. You won't be able to travel without the health passport, which means you bought the vaccine, which means Big Pharma got a lot more money, and the guys who have been backing them, giving them $300 million, Bill Gates, will make even more money, because the more money he makes, the more control he can exude over poor countries for the last 10 years. And now he controls America because he has enough money, he can buy anything he wants, including people, countries, politicians, judges, FBI, whatever he wants to buy, he can buy. He's got enough money now. Good for him. So that's it for today. Time does fly when you're working your ass off. As I said, the 4 years was quick. And yeah, I didn't have time to worry about shit because I was working my ass off. I guess if they're successful and they get us all to be on the dole, invest in a good TV now while you're working and you have some money. Get the biggest TV you can afford, because you're going to be watching a lot of TV. When all this goes down next year, 2021, is when we'll see if they're successful or not. That's it for today, guys. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but once again, I was planning this trip. I was going to do my recordings from down in Bang Sane at the beach, and we literally might not be able to go now because of this latest outbreak. Hey.